Well, that was very, very interesting. The Chicago Bulls lose by almost 30 points to the OKC Thunder. They were down by as much as 40 points in this game. We're going to talk about it, discuss it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, hosted by Haize, your number one spot for all things Chicago Bulls.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content for today, y'all. And the Bulls lose 145 to 117. This was an ugly game from the start. The Bulls lost the first quarter 29 to 18, then went on to lose the second quarter 45 to 22. They allowed for two 40-point quarters in this game, back-to-back, a 45-point second quarter, a 40-point third quarter. And the Chicago Bulls, they got their asses kicked, y'all. I mean, there's no way to categorize it other than that. This was a complete and utter ass kicking by the OKC Thunder. They handled the Bulls in every shape, form, or fashion. The Bulls could not get off even the most mundane offense that they wanted to get off. Isaiah Joe had 31 points in this game off the bench. Now, a lot of that was because the OKC Thunder was all garbage time after about 4 minutes into the third quarter. And that just is what it is. Patrick Williams led the Chicago Bulls in minutes today and scored 16 points. He was the leading scorer. Second leading scorer. Javon Carter actually led the Chicago Bulls in scoring with 17 points today. We had Jalen Smith play 17 minutes. This was ugly. This was absolutely ugly. That's what it is, right? I can't be mad. OKC is just way too. OKC is a generationally good team. When you look at the margin that they're beating teams by, it's utterly ridiculous, to be honest with you. And yeah, the Bulls, and that's why I said coming into this one, even previewing this game, it was about the Bulls being competitive. It wasn't about them really winning this game at all, right? But they weren't even competitive. You look at the runs that the OKC Thunder went on, right? They went on a 9-3 run to start the game. The Bulls went on a 9-4 run to respond to that really good. Then the Thunder went on a 10-0 run. Then a 6-0 run to finish the quarter. In the third quarter, they went on two different 7-0 runs, a 29-11 run to finish the quarter. And at that point, it is what it is. Like, it just, the Bulls did not have any, the OKC Thunder's defense today literally snatched Coby White and Josh Giddey's chains and said, "What you gonna do, punk?" And they said, "Hey, listen, I ain't even like that chain for real, no way." Right? They didn't even say that's my grandmama chain. They ain't even like that chain for real, no way. Coby and Josh Giddey combined to go 8 of 20. Coby White only took 5 shots today because he could not get his shot off. Josh Giddey did flirt with a triple-double. Shout out to him, 15 points, 10 assists, 8 rebounds. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. When you watch this game, there's no way that you can look at this game and feel like the Bulls ever had a chance. They literally looked at Josh Giddey and Coby White, and they said, we know what you like to do best. You're not doing it tonight. Fuck you. And the Bulls said, yeah, you know what? You're right. It is fuck me. And that's just the way that it went tonight, man. It was an ugly game in which, the Bulls the OKC Thunder's defense is just so ridiculously stifling that, hey, listen, if they don't win the title this season, I'm going to love to watch how a team cooks that defense, because the OKC Thunder's defense is so crazily good. They have so many different looks, so many different defenders that they can throw on you. The thing that makes it special, right, is that usually teams that have a lot of really good defenders, it's like you have like one really good on-ball defender, a guy that's a really good help defender, another guy that's kind of, he kind of floats around and does a little bit whatever. The OKC Thunder have legitimately 5 to 6 near lockdown on-ball defenders. And that is just such a rarity in the NBA. And that's such a hard thing to overcome that, again, no knock to the OKC Thunder at all. They're an amazing team, and they're going to go on and do amazing things this season. Anybody thinking that they're going to be upset, like that'll be a crazy ass upset with the way that they're able to just disrupt everything. And that's part of the growth that Coby White and Josh Giddey are going to have to go through. You're going to have to learn, how do you get your offense off even when a team is trying to take away what you do best? Now, I will say this, some better shooters would have definitely helped. We were out Kevin Huerter, some stuff like that. Like, we went 16 of 51 from three-point range today. The fact that we even took that many threes is utterly ridiculous because we shouldn't have been taking that many threes. But then again, that's what the OKC Thunder do. They force you to not go into the paint. And because of that, you're forced to take bad three-point shots. And shout out to the Bulls, who still had 54 points in the paint today, would actually tied the OKC Thunder. But a lot of that was done in the second half. Let me see how much was done in the second half. With a lot in garbage time. So about half of them in the second half of the game. So there you go on that one. But this was just a game, man. 19 turnovers again by the Chicago Bulls. The Thunder turned that into 34 points off turnovers. It's going to be hard to win in that area. They had 65 points off the bench as well, 16 second chance points. Like, the OKC Thunder are just such a good two-way team. It's just hard to overcome when you play like that. Like, and the Bulls, they didn't do themselves any favors today at all. None at all today. OKC Thunder is in another league right now. No biggie. That's a fact. That's a fact. Watching Vooch play is just painful. Listen, Vooch playing against a team like this, it's a cheat code for the other team, because Nikola Vucevic can't do nothing against a team with bigs like that. He just can't, right? And against the Cavaliers is going to be much of the same. Do you think the Bulls are reverting back to their old ways, or OKC, a really good team? OKC is the best team in basketball. They are beating teams by average margin that is historic in the NBA. So yeah, the OKC Thunder are a really good team. I can't say the Bulls are reverting back to ways. This isn't a good game to kind of say that on, because the OKC Thunder are so good. It's kind of hard to say that. They have the MVP and they don't need him. They do need him. Like, they do, not against the Bulls, though. Definitely didn't need him against the Bulls. OKC might have the highest SRS, margin of victory, net rating in league history this year. That is an absolute fact. Absolute fact. Haize, let this game be a lesson that somebody else has to step up other than Giddey and White. I mean, yeah, but we have had that. Think about when this run started. You had Trey Jones putting up big numbers. Kevin Huerter sometimes would put up big numbers. Modest would sometimes put up big numbers. But it just, everybody in this one was just, it was done. It was done. Haize, what will be your reaction tomorrow if we lose the game? Giddey didn't play in the fourth quarter. I mean, if we lose, we lose. Like, at this point, it is what it is. Like, and that's always what it's been this season. The Bulls are still going to be in the play-in, right? So we'll see what happens there. First game I cut off in a week. I mean, that's saying a lot. That's definitely saying a lot. Bro, that Broom guy from Auburn would be good for the Bulls. There's a lot of guys who would be good for the Bulls. There's a lot of guys in the draft that would be good for the Bulls. In the playoffs, you can't just take away Shea. J-Dub, Chet, Joe are a problem also. That's a fact. Bulls are built to get points in the paint on drives by the guards. OKC is built to stop drives to the basket and force you to shoot bad threes, like sending a jet to destroy the anti-air defense bunker. That's literally what it is. Not surprised at how this game went. OKC is the blueprint for how to draft, develop, and put together a young team that dominates on both sides of the floor. Hopefully, this spins some gears. And AK said, well, I mean, we got to be clear here. Like, people like to just say that. Like, yes, they did draft very well, but I think we forget that the part of the reason why they stacked up so many draft picks is they traded KD, they traded Russ, they traded for Paul George, they traded Paul George, got a bunch of picks back for that. Like, the OKC Thunder was just they were literally playing like 2K in real life. Y'all remember back in the day when people in 2K were like, yeah, you could trade this guy and get a first round pick. You can then take that first round pick, compare it with this guy, and get another 2 first round picks from that team. That's basically what the Thunder did. It's basically what the Thunder did. This was a game I wanted to see Billy get in the bag of making adjustments and trying different plays. I mean, you can only try so much when you have a limited personnel, right? That's part of why team construction is important because they're just like, what are you going to scheme? You needed to be able to shoot threes to beat up the zone defense that the Thunder were able to play. We didn't hit the threes good, right? So, and we don't have 3-point shooters. So, Haize, what if OKC traded all of their first round draft picks to get Cooper Flag? That would just be unfair. Come on, bro. Like, why are we even speaking that out into the community? J Dub, Jalen Johnson, Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, like, what the fuck? Yeah, I mean, you didn't mention Alex Caruso in that one. You didn't mention Lou Dort in that one. Like, they got guys, bro. Like, they got defenders, man. That's the crazy thing about it. The Bulls are tanking and they're playing like garbage. Yep, absolutely. Well, no, let me go back to that. The Bulls aren't tanking. We all know that they're not tanking. I just read that and like now playing like garbage there. They play bad against a amazing team, but the Bulls aren't tanking. Come on now. Do you think the Bulls can trade for Giannis this season? No. Listen, if anybody else asks me any dumb shit about Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is never coming to the Chicago Bulls, I'm going to go Petty Roosevelt on you and block you. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to block you. Both those things are going to happen. Quick, fast, and in a hurry. Pro Tankers back. Oh, you know the Pro Tankers couldn't wait for a game. Like I said this at the pregame show. Did I not say that the Pro Tankers were going to use this? I wouldn't mind if they traded some of our role players for second round picks. Yeah, that's not going to. You're rarely going to get somebody better than the role players in second round. I mean, if they identify somebody, I'm not going to be mad if they do it, but it's probably not going to be anything better than that. You'll be saying the same thing about the players they draft in the second round. Bro, this team is still far from being good constructed. I mean, it's solidly constructed, but it needs talent, right? Those are two very different things. The team is actually constructed decently, a lot better than what it has been in the past, has way better balance, but they're still missing some key things. I'm shocked anyone turned this off. Bulls getting clapped by the Wizards would be worth turning off. Seeing what a contender like us looks like versus us is just fun, so we know what it looks like. Yeah, but I mean, I think they saw enough, right? I mean, nothing was going to change after that. Hold on, y'all. Damn, bro, my bad. I didn't know people were asking. Oh, I'm honestly just being silly, bro. I'm just being silly with you, 100%. Bulls play like poo caca and pee pee tonight. Yeah, that's a fact. When did the whole damn Giannis narrative start? He said one thing, all of a sudden we form that as an opinion. I swear I get more stupid hearing dumb shit like this. Well, and then aggregators get it and write it about it like, oh, Giannis can come to the Bulls, and then some fans don't have time to break down every single thing that turns into a rumor. They see something pop up on their Twitter, they see something on an article, they don't have time to break down where it came from and where it was rooted in. Then that narrative starts and it just keeps going. Hypothetical question: what if the Bulls lose in the play-in, um, and get a top 5 pick? Would you draft Malawak or draft the best player available? I mean, what if that's both? What is that? Both the same things? Those both could be the same things. So I don't think anything changes in that. Like it really depends on who's on the board. I'd have to know who's on the board at that period of time. Just like how players work with trainers in the off season to get better. I wish AK would work with Sam. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. Like I don't know what you're talking about. That's GMs aren't going to help other GMs. That's just not how it works, fam. It's never going to work that way. So, it is what it is, man, when it comes down to it. That's all I can say. Like you just got to deal with what you deal with, man. That's it. This game is like the Avengers where you send in Hawkeye into the fight against Thanos. Yeah, he got his ass kicked, but what do you expect? He's just there to kill time before the actual heroes show up. That's actually pretty fucking funny. That's actually pretty fucking funny. But it is what it is, man. Good sometimes to have a young team on the rise, to have their asses kicked from time to time and keep learning. I mean, it is called growing pains for a reason, right? Like sometimes you got to go through some bullshit to come out on the other side of that better. It is what it is. In what world do you think that they're going to trade Jabari Smith Jr. to the Bulls? What? Come on, man. Good sometimes to have a young team on the rise and have their asses kicked from time to time and keep learning. The OKC team 4 seasons ago was as good as this current Bulls team. Perspective, just talk. They were a lot better than the Bulls team. A lot better. It's all good if you were expecting anything but the Bulls getting clapped. I have a bridge I can sell you. That's hilarious. Buzilla's own check. Come on, bro. Like y'all gotta y'all make words lose all value. All value. On a positive note, our young players got some experience tonight. -4 blocks. DT got some steals. I mean, I guess if that's how you're gonna look at it, as far as from a term and like gaining some XP, but like, I mean, I think the biggest lesson in this is to learn of like how well your team needs to be a well-oiled machine if you really want to win basketball games. Hey, do you think the Rockets have a shot to challenge OKC? No, no. Damn, the Bulls got that backs blown out like prime Mariah Mills. Good thing I was busy with my college math project. First of all, that's a lot of back to be blown out if it's Mariah Mills and not quality back either. Like, as a player, I would like to see the Bulls draft is Ford Carter Bryant from Arizona. I scouted Carter. I talked about Carter a little bit on the show. Like, not that I hate him as a prospect. I don't. It's just that, depending on where the Bulls pick, there's a lot better prospects out there that make a lot more sense for the Bulls. Why do fans think the Bulls are 1 or 2 trades away from going places? A trade isn't fixing this. We need to focus on building what we have, not getting some border all-star. I agree. 100% agree with that. This team had no energy at all during this game. They got their asses clapped from opening tip, basically. Like, I think they had it to start the game. They showed a little bit of fight at first. Hell, they responded to a 7-4 run with their own 7-4 run. But it's just the OKC Thunder is just it's not like it's so difficult. It's so frustrating playing a team like that because they take away everything that you try to do good, every single thing. Also, keep in mind, OKC been beating damn near everybody by 20 plus points. Exactly. Exactly. Stop listening after the first half when they were down by 40. I mean, listen, can't blame you. At least the starters got rest before flying back and playing at home. I mean, if that's how we're going to look at it, right? Like, the Bulls now move down to the 10th seed as well. So, it is what it is, man. The hustle past 100 is all I was looking forward to tonight. We did good. Not our best, but good enough. Good enough for what? Like, what do you think we did good enough at, bro? Like, this game was a struggle from top to fucking bottom, bro. DJ Reese B, yeah, but it's just a regular game. 1 of 82 so far, as XP agree. Houston could not pay everyone. I mean, they don't necessarily have to now. I mean, they're staggered. All the contracts are staggered. But I do think like Ime Udoka at the beginning of the season did talk about wanting to. Like, I mean, he wants to go out and get a star and add to that team. And I think they are in a prime position to try to go out and get one. They can use Jalen Green's contract paired with Fred VanVleet's 40 million. I think he's due next year, something like that. Like, they can make a move if they want to because they also have the draft picks to add in. But it is what it is. I just knew we had an ass whooping was looming for these young Bulls sooner or later. Yep. Didn't we lose to the Thunder on opening night in Chicago? I believe so. Who do we think can make us more efficient on both ends of the floor against teams like this? It's not one player that's going to do. You're not looking at one player to save you. You're looking at changing a few things. You may have to change some things stylistically based off the player that you get, but there's no one player that's just going to change how the Bulls play on both sides of the ball. I can see Devin Booker going to Houston. Man, you know what? If Devin Booker becomes available, a team that needs to put the court press on him is the Orlando Magic. If you can put Devin Booker in the backcourt with Jalen Suggs, and then you have the rest of the defense you still have on that team, man, listen here. They could be what they thought the Suns were going to be with Paolo and Franz and all those guys. Can we talk about the refs tripping THC and us not getting the ball? At that point, it didn't fucking matter. I mean, to be 100% honest with you, it didn't matter. Nothing really mattered after the second quarter of this game either. So, Jalen Smith should be playing every game. I don't dispute that at all. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I do think that Jalen Smith is a player that should definitely be playing a lot more, for sure. Remember 3 or 4 years ago when the Thunder got beat by the Grizzlies 70 by 73, the Thunder has just built to get to this point. Don't lose hope. Yeah, but the difference is that they have a generational player on their team. So we got to see if we can get one of those. D-Book, Paulo, Franz, Suggs. Yeah, I'm telling you, that'd be nasty. Nasty. Hey, son. What's going on here? Why is your skin so dry? We were the talk the last couple of weeks, and OKC was like, sit your ass down. I mean, listen, it's April. This is where the playoff teams are going to start getting in the rhythm, things like that. It is what it is. You got to take the good with the bad, man. But, we'll see what happens, man, overall. But, yeah. Listen, I know that I usually go about 30 minutes on these post-game shows, but there's not a lot to talk about when the game you were down by 40. On top of that, as y'all can hear, I'm losing my voice, so I figured let me go ahead and rest it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in with us, man. Sucks that the Bulls lost this game. We'll be back tomorrow night, second of a back-to-back, so I need to rest the vocal cords, man. I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. You can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, but that's thanks to you, lovely and beautiful people. And like I like to end every episode on, go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.